Okay, before you guys come for me in the comments, I know you're going to yell at me about how Persona 4 Golden is actually the best game in the series. That seems to be the prevailing public opinion, is that this is the best game in the modern Persona franchise. But for me, I think there might be a private, kind of quiet minority or even majority out there that would say that maybe this is not the strongest game in the series. Personally, for me, I would say this game is actually the weakest in the modern Persona, that being 3 through 5. And let me explain why. So, I did play that through Persona 4 Golden the most recently. Maybe I had a little bit of Persona fatigue, so let me give you a caveat there. Or maybe I am spoiled to the quality of life. So maybe this game will benefit a lot for the remake, but I don't really think that's it. I think this is what you're going to want to hear. So, when I played through Persona 5, I was really struck by the amount of villains that were really easy to hate along the way to the ultimate boss at the end of the game, and even the extra semester in Royal. I think it really gives you a strong sense of rebellion with the cast of characters, particularly Ryuji, against messed up society of today. And throughout the game, I think it was a much better pace once you get through the Kamoshida arc. I felt like the cast of characters between all three of the games are roughly similar. If you want to say Persona 4 Golden is the best, I will give you that, because that is what most of my friends that argue for this game say. And I could see that maybe they are superior. I don't personally think that. I think, like I said, they're all about the same, but I'll give you that. It is a great cast of characters. But the problem with it is I don't think the story pulled enough weight to make me care about these characters outside of their social links. I think characters in the other two major personas were bolstered by their social link, and I really cared about them through their struggles in the main story. And I really think, once we conquered the shadow in Persona 4 Golden of each character, their main story arc slowed down to a halt. And the mystery segment, while it was a really dark theme for a video game, I think it kind of left me waiting, just like, okay, let's get through this. And this mystery just drags on 80 hours where I kind of lose my care for it. And I feel like, man, I am just going to high school and getting out. So it wasn't really enthralling for me to really care about the characters the same way I did in the other two. And while I mentioned the dark theme, and, I've already talked about the characters, they're great. And the story, pretty good overall. The pacing, all that kind of stuff. Another thing that I think another game does better is Persona 3 is a much darker game, and that's why I think I really love the story the best in Persona 3. It is very dark. The theme of death is pervasive throughout the whole entire game, with Pharaohs constantly at your bedside. Just the death arcana looming. The end of the game. Nyx as a final boss. I mean, just the story, the twists, the darkness, everything throughout that game did it better than Persona 4 Golden. And so I think what I'm trying to get at here is, I think Persona 4 Golden has all of the strengths of the other two major Persona entries. However, I think it wasn't the pinnacle of any of those. And so I think that the game kind of falls into this jack of all trades conversation. It has all the parts of a Persona game I want, but it is not masterful in any of those. It creates a very widely likable experience, but I don't have the passionate feelings for Persona 4 Golden that were rising out of me when I finished Persona 5 Royal and Persona 3 Reload and things like that. So I think that's ultimately what I wanted to say is, Persona 4 Golden, I really like all of the aspects of it, but I like another entry more. In every category of the game, I feel that way, is that I like either Persona 3 or Persona 5 better in everything, and I think that really limits where I think Persona 4 Golden's argument for best game in the series can go. I know that I titled this, and it's going to be very controversial, and that you guys are going to come for me in the comments, so please let me know exactly what you think about my opinion here. I would love to hear some alternative viewpoints, or maybe even, like I said, a lot of us are quiet about not liking Persona 4 Golden as much as the other two, so Let me know if you actually do agree, because I feel like I'm the crazy one in the room here. No matter what your opinion is or any counter arguments you have to me, let me know down in the comments, and I will make sure that we talk. And I made this channel to talk to friends around the world that love the same games that I do. So I look forward to talking to you guys. I really think I would love to play the Persona 4 remake so that I can get some updated feelings about this game, see if maybe playing it fresh out of Persona for a while will change some of my opinion. But as of right now, I would have to say of the modern Persona franchise, Persona 4 Golden does feel the weakest to me overall. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I tried to wrap this up short, but here I am rambling at the end again, so I'm just going to stop recording. Please talk to me in the comments so we can really get to the bottom of why maybe we feel this way secretly. Anyway, see ya.